Age 16, welcome back to the show. And as we remembered our first responders last Tuesday and the sacrifices they make each time one is called to make the ultimate sacrifice for the community, we always ask what we can do to prevent or at least reduce the amount of times that call is made. Now, a study in 2011 found that over the years, a ballistic vest saved police officers' lives over 3,000 times. Another study found that an officer not wearing a vest is 14 times more likely to suffer a fatal wound when involved in a shooting incident. Of course, the problem with the vests, they cost nearly $600 a piece. Now, with a department of 300-plus officers, such as Columbia, that's looking at nearly $200,000 in vests alone. But how do you put a price on a life? Well, JHS, Capital Advisors has a solution. Please welcome City Councilman Runyan and John Sykes. You were the founder of JHS. Capital Advisors. I'll get that out, I promise you. I get a little bit, I get dialed in. We're talking about police officers and what they do for our community, but boy, that's a lot of money. Almost $600 for one vest, and the City of Columbia with 300-plus guys. That's a lot of money out the door just to keep them safe.
It is, and of course we saw last year when Officer Broder was shot in the line of duty, and graciously, he was protected because he had a brand new Kevlar vest on that stopped that bullet. That instead of having a press conference celebrating, this young man, we would have been at a funeral instead. And so it's we really see as a community when incidents like that happen how important it is to give these men and women who are in the line of duty the proper equipment that they need to be able to, so that we know that they're taken care of and they're protected while they're putting their lives on the line for us.
Right, and you make a very good point, a new vest. Of course, the key is right now most of the city officers, at least in Columbia, have vests, but they age. About 5 to 10 years is the max age on a Kevlar vest, and so you've got to replace them. It's not just a one-time buy it for the guy who has a 20-year career. You've got to continually replace the vests. And at this point, the City of Columbia is in need of 215 vests. Now, there is a grant out there, and it's going to cover 84 vests. There's also some other monies coming in from Walmart donating 15, but the need of 116 vests is still there, and that's where JHS comes in. And Mr. Sykes, thank you for your community efforts, by the way.
Well, it's a practice of our company to encourage our people to participate in the community. And when Cameron and Frank Braddock, who heads our group, came and introduced the need for police vests, they hit a tender spot in my heart because I grew up in a law enforcement home. My father was a policeman in Charlotte.
I see.
And so we know when these men and women go out every day, they put their life on line, that we might be able to be safe. So we said, hey, why don't we challenge the good people of Columbia? Let's say we'll challenge up to half. Let's see if they'll come forward and bring the other half. And so we're just pleased to do it. It's a great opportunity for the people of Columbia.
It certainly is, and there is the challenge being thrown down right there, and that therein lies the launch of the program that's going to be announced by the mayor at 10 o'clock today, and of course that is just to provide vests and meet the 116 that are needed this year, and by that, explain how that matching fund program is going to work and how the community is going to partner with JHS.
Well, JHS is putting up the money to buy half of the vests, and the challenge is to the citizens of this city, to the businesses, to the residents, step up, meet us halfway, match what we're doing, and we will have all new vests that are needed for this year for the police department. And we're going to utilize the police foundation. Columbia has a police foundation, so these are tax-deductible gifts, which is very beneficial for businesses and folks as we come towards the end of the year. So, we're just looking forward to continuing to see this response from the community that we've already seen in the first couple of days here. Once people have heard about this program, they're very excited. They recognize the impact that they can have on people's lives and families. I mean, these are, at the end of the day, every officer is someone's child, brother, mother, father. Right. So, I mean, this is very important.
I want to hasten to say that you threw out a price of almost $600. We're certainly not asking the people of Columbia to buy a vest at $600.
Sure.
They can give any amount. And they can look up the web page, JHSShieldProgram.org,
okay,
and contribute $1 or whatever.
Sure,
So-
exactly. Yeah, it's definitely a community effort of what you have if it is
Yes.
$1 or more.
Correct.
Without a doubt. In fact, we did run some numbers, though. I think the number is provided by the city, but it makes a lot of sense. If 31 businesses donate just $1,000 each, 31 businesses, $1,000 each, that's going to cover the whole program right there, and all the officers are going to be safe. And now this
For this year.
for this year.
But you have 200 next year.
Right.
And this is an ongoing program. It isn't intended to start and stop.
So you're going to continue each year then? You're committed to
Well, I
continue
didn't say that,
on.
but at least the people of Columbia need to step up.
Yes, sir.
We just wanted to be the impetus to get
Perfect.
this started. And being new in the community, we wanted to be able to put our foot and say, hey, let's do something for those men and women who give their life for us.
Of course, that announcement again is coming today at 10 o'clock. The mayor down at police headquarters is going to make that announcement. But there's also an opportunity. We at WACH Fox are doing the same thing. We have a deal with Polly's Front Porch that we've made with Councilman and Polly's. And coming up, we're going to donate part of that money directly to the police department and the Shield Fund as well. So
Well,
we're
thank
doing
you.
that. And I know businesses and Polly's Front Porch, one of them. Thank you very much to you guys down there. But it's so simple to keep these men and women safe. And if you don't have $1,000, you have $5 or $1. You can donate that, and you kind folks are going to match those funds to get 116 vests this year for the men and women to keep us safe. So,
Correct.
gentlemen, thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
I do appreciate
Yeah,
your
thank
efforts
you.
to the committee.
Thank you.
my
Thank you
friend.
for your support.
You say, sir, Mr. Sykes. You got it, sir. We're going to get details for you at midlandsconnect.com/GDC. Links over about the program and what you can do to jump in and be a part of it.